Soon, he picked up the phone and summoned his hundreds of followers. In no time, a swarm of followers, each holding their own weapon, rushed over in grandeur. After learning about what had happened, the leading bald guy came to my door with his followers. "You offended our bro How. Today will be your death anniversary." With that, he slashed directly at the door. But the next second, his machete was flung away. This scared the gangsters out of their wits. How many people had this kid offended? His home was fortified stronger than a turtle shell. Watching the scene from my security camera, I laughed with disdain. "Are you guys hungry? Try harder." Seeing the bunch outside the house swearing and fuming, I suddenly had an idea. Immediately, I took a water hose and connected it to the kitchen faucet. "Why are you so angry? Let me cool you down." The gangsters outside saw the door lock suddenly open and were instantly alert. Upon realizing it wasn't an arrow, they had a good laugh. Who would have thought that the next second, the hose would spurt out cold water? Soon, a bunch of them fell to the ground, frozen. Only 3 managed to escape. Seeing this scene, I was quite pleased. In this freezing weather, cold water is more lethal than any weapon. On the other side, the 3 little guys who escaped were huddled together, shivering. Zhang looked at them and yelled, "What happened? How did you guys, a whole group, not manage to bring a small brat?" Hearing this, the 3 hastily explained. Zhang Yi was too cunning. He turned the front door into a burglar-proof steel door. We chopped for a long time and only scratched some paint off. The key was he sprayed us with cold water. Upon hearing this, Zhang's face immediately darkened. No wonder the door felt a bit hard just now. But don't worry, I don't believe this kid can hide in there forever. Send a few men to keep watch at his door day and night. When he dares to show his face, tear him to pieces. Little did he know, the food stored in my house, not to mention for a lifetime. Even if it were for 10 lifetimes, it wouldn't run out. On the other side, Uncle Yu was leading a few people to clear the snow from the entrance of the residential area, planning to dig a path to the supermarket to replenish food. However, they couldn't shovel as fast as the snow fell. After a while, they gave up and prepared to go back. Watching this scene, I sighed. Human power is simply no match for a disaster of this scale. Although the TV is actively reporting to reassure all citizens that the country is launching a final offensive against the snow disaster, only I know that 90% of all organisms globally will freeze to death in this snow disaster. My crush of 18 years was the first to send me a greeting. "Zhang Yi, are you okay?" Seeing the message, I couldn't help but laugh. If it wasn't for her eating my most important part in my previous life, I would have still seen her as a pure lotus. So, I replied indifferently, "I'm fine." Then Fan Yuqing shamelessly asked me for something to eat, saying she would return the favor later. Faced with my crush's request, I agreed without hesitation, then sent her a picture of a lobster to whet her appetite, adding with a mocking tone, "I'm already full." Seeing this, Fan Yuqing got angry and decided to kick me out of her pond. At this time, her bitchy best friend sent me a message. "Why are you so dumb? Fan Yuqing is really angry right now." Seeing the message, I laughed again. They're really good at acting. One playing good cop, the other bad cop. Huh? The bitchy best friend didn't give up and continued. "The snow can't last that long. Starve for a few meals and seduce Fan Yuqing first. Wouldn't that be a big win?" Regarding this, I ignored her disdainfully and simply responded with "Oh." This response infuriated her. How did this bootlicker suddenly become enlightened? Fan Yuqing could only sigh. Why did my attitude towards her undergo such a drastic 180-degree change? At this point, her bitchy best friend suggested, "If we lose one bootlicker, so be it. Don't we still have others?" Hearing this, Fan Yuqing's eyes lit up and she immediately called other bootlickers. Soon, Zhou Peng hurried over with large and small bags of supplies, claiming that this was all the food he had left. Hearing this, Fan Yuqing was touched and immediately sent him a good person card. "Zhou Peng, you're a really good person." Before Zhou Peng could express his loyalty, her bitchy best friend promptly closed the door. In no time, 3 days had passed, but the heavy snow was still falling non-stop. Munching on a chicken leg and looking at the time on my phone, I thought, the real drama is about to begin. The next moment, the entire neighborhood plunged into darkness. Soon, neighbors began stepping out of their homes, asking each other whether they had electricity. Now with water and electricity cut off and air conditioning no longer functioning, it was genuinely getting cold enough to kill. After finishing my chicken, I picked my teeth and then turned on a generator I had prepared in advance. I was fortunate to have died early in my past life. Otherwise, I too would be freezing like the rest of them. At this moment, Auntie Lynn from the neighborhood committee was shivering while holding her grandson. She never expected the snow to last so long. A message came into the neighborhood group chat. They say this is a once in 100,000 years global blizzard. We might be on the brink of a mass extinction event. Several major cities in the country have already been overrun. Everyone must stockpile more supplies. After reading the message, Auntie Lynn was shocked. She never imagined the snow disaster would be this serious. At that moment, she hatched a plan. She must trick everyone into giving her their food before they receive the news. So, Auntie Lynn promptly posted a message in the owners group. "Everyone, don't worry. This disaster is temporary. Workers are currently repairing the water and power outage. The officials have issued an order. Due to these extraordinary circumstances, the neighborhood committee will conduct unified management of all property owners. Anyone who does not cooperate will be arrested and interrogated by the police. Upon seeing the message, Chen Zhenghao began to curse in dissatisfaction. Although he had a lot of underlings, he dared not confront the police. Meanwhile, Auntie Lin continued in the group chat. Due to the severe impact of the blizzard on everyone's lives, the neighborhood committee has decided to collect supplies from each owner and distribute them uniformly to help us all get through this crisis. On seeing the message, I couldn't help but laugh. It was the same old trick as in my previous life. Then Auntie Lin sent me a private message. Little Zhang, you usually work in a warehouse and must have